Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Tourism New Zealand and Draft Talk webinar. We've got an exciting and action-packed agenda for you, but just to let you know, we will start sharp at 11 a.m. We have opened the room up a little bit early, so you all get a chance to welcome yourself and ask any questions. So we will start sharp at 11 a.m. Good morning, everyone, and kia ora, as they say in New Zealand. We will be starting at 11 a.m. I can see lots of familiar names on the chat already, so thank you once again for joining. Please use this time to ask any questions you may have on the chat tab. We have some time after our virtual road trip to talk you and answer any questions you have. We've also got participants from Tourism New Zealand, as well as from West Coast New Zealand, to talk to you about their products and answer any questions. So I repeat, if you've got any questions, ask on the chat tab, and we'll start in another 3 minutes at 11 a.m. Thank you.
It's 11 hours.
Good morning, everyone. Kia ora. So as you can see, that was a good prompt by my computer to say that we should be beginning now. So once again, thank you everyone for joining Tourism New Zealand and DDP webinars. It's a real pleasure to be with you today and to talk you through a very action-packed agenda and a very innovative new session as a virtual road trip through New Zealand. A couple of housekeeping announcements before we begin. We want this session to be as interactive as possible. So please do ask as many questions as you want in the chats tab. The whole idea is that we've got people here from Tourism New Zealand as well as from West Coast Marketing. So if you've got any questions about the region, about what you learned today, please ask us on the chats tab, and we will answer as many as possible. We're not expecting to have any IT trouble today. So if you can't see us, for whatever reason, you can't hear us, your screen freezes, please refresh your browser or press the reconnect button at the top. You'll rejoin the session and you lose only a couple of seconds, so that'll make life a bit easier. Other than that, hang tight and enjoy the session. And do let us know if you've got any feedback and comments as well. We can always inculcate that in future sessions view. So as you all know, the West Coast, or as it calls the coast, as the locals call it in New Zealand, is a place of rivers, rainforests, glaciers, and geological treasures. Did you know that the Great Coast Road stretching from the Westport to Greymouth was recently voted as one of the top 10 coastal drives in the world by Lonely Planet? So that is all that we're going to learn about today. Your clients can walk amongst the trees as high up in the rainforest, helicopter over the glistening Franz Josef and Fox glaciers, carve their own piece of punamo, which is jade or greenstone, or explore the coast's rich gold mining history. So, without further ado, I would now like to, before I hand over, I just wanted to introduce our panelists to you. So we've got Darshana Seth, who is the Tourism Marketing Manager from Tourism New Zealand. Everyone here probably knows Darshana very well. Darshana, do wave. Darshana has been doing lots of webinars and has been very active in the market, so I bet you all know her. And the lady in the middle, we've got Alicia Ulrich, who is the Tourism Marketing Assistant from West Coast New Zealand. So we're really looking forward to hearing from both of you, and thank you, ladies, for being here today. Really appreciate it. Without further ado, I'd now like to hand over to Darshana to take you through a presentation, and then we'll go through the West Coast road trip as the presentation. Over to Darshana.
Thank you, Nikhil. Kia ora, haere mai. Whanau, our very dear trade partners and friends who welcome you here to Tourism New Zealand's virtual road trip series. We hope you and your loved ones are doing really well, and we'd like to welcome you today to our second session as part of the virtual road trip session that we're delighted to co-host with West Coast, which is one of the most awe-inspiring regions of New Zealand. So I'd like to quickly introduce the India trade team. You would see Neha Bola, who's our country manager. She's also logged in today as part of the session. And that's me, your host, Darshana Seth. I'm the trade marketing manager. And together, Neha and I cater to the complete trade request for the country, including trainings, webinars for meals, joint marketing campaigns, and our very special New Zealand specialist program, to name a few. So what is the virtual road trip campaign like? For those of you who don't know, who really couldn't attend our first session that we had hosted last month with Christchurch and Canterbury Tourism. So the objective here mainly was to educate and upskill the agents' destination and product knowledge in a very fun, refreshing online series throughout the year. So each month we'll be conducting and we'll be taking up a new region and giving you an in-depth into what the region looks like. The main idea technically is how might we give a New Zealand experience to someone who currently can't set foot on our soil. Messages from New Zealand. It's a very recent, a new trade campaign that we had launched a few weeks ago. It's called the Messages from New Zealand, that features everyday Kiwis or New Zealanders who share video messages of hope and care with international whānau, or what we call it as family, that presents a very unique Kiwi perspective about what is important to them. The campaign showcases locals who spread the values of Manakitanga, which is hospitality, and Kaitiakitanga, which simply means care for the land, through multiple layers of positivity and encouragement, which beautifully captures the wholesome messages of kindness and compassion to family, friends, and loved ones all around the world. So again, the main objective that we really want to show over here, showcase here, is to keep New Zealand alive in the hearts and minds of our global travel agents while the borders are closed, and invariably help you travel partners to secure consumer intent to travel to New Zealand as we get closer to our borders opening. So we want you to keep New Zealand alive in your hearts as well as your consumers' hearts. And we've developed a whole lot of assets around it, some campaigns, themed campaign messages with New Zealand operators and travel partners at the core. Some themes that will be rolled out every month. So we've already started rolling it out from September, but that will take you right until April. And a whole lot of PR pitch ideas. And most importantly, this Virtual Road series campaign that we're bringing it to you. Just a few campaign look and feel ideas and images and videos. I'll also play a very short video soon enough for you to know what the campaign is about. Nikhil, could we have the video, please?
This is a message from New Zealand.
If I could encourage the world to do one thing, it would be
pretty hard to explain.
It would be to stop polluting the earth.
Listen very carefully to each other.
I'd just be nice to people. Be able to stop and have a yarn.
Paia koe te tika hurangi, ki te tuohu koe, mehe maunga teitei.
自分に素直に友達と自転車に乗りに行こう。
Live happy.
Look after our planet.
It might explode.
Talk to a stranger. Be honest. Tell me how you really feel. Believe in yourself.
Stay safe.
Look up at the night sky and realise the universe that we're all part of.
That we all just work together and be the one.
The right part of life is learning and getting along together.
So that we don't get in the wrong place. Tamine.
So like you saw, the film really asked if you could encourage the world to do one thing, what would it be? And Kiwis, or the average New Zealanders, responded to the theme with a range of heartfelt messages such as listening very carefully to one another, stop polluting the earth, to stay positive, and make amazing memories, just to name a few. I think my personal favorite would be make amazing memories, yeah? I'll now quickly take you through some of our trade resources. You all would be knowing a lot of them, but just to quickly recap. So this is our website, our go-to website for all our travel partners, and it is called the traveltrade.newzealand.com. It's got a whole lot of information about, top selling itineraries, the distance calculations, how do I go from Auckland to Rotorua or Rotorua to Wellington, everything that you need to know in terms of planning your clients' itineraries. There are itineraries that we've also curated for you. So when the borders do open up and if you've liked an itinerary that you really want to sell, you can just hand it over to your DMC or ITO and ask them to put a price component to it so that you can sell it to your clients. and a whole lot of other destination information, sales tools, trainings, information about our upcoming webinars, especially as part of the virtual road trip campaign. That's all uploaded over here. So this should be your go-to website. Another important factor is our New Zealand Specialist Program. And this is something that we'd really urge and encourage each one of you. If you've not really signed up or completed the program, please be a part of it. It is an absolutely amazing tool to really enhance your New Zealand knowledge, your destination knowledge. So it's a very simple program, very interactive, virtually very pleasing. So we've got 3 tiers. We've got the bronze level, the silver, and the gold. It's a free of cost training program. All you need to do is just sign up for it, complete a minimum of 10 modules so that you can sit under the bronze tier. And then for all those of you who've attended this training, if you've completed the modules and have finished the training, the session today, you automatically qualify to be a silver specialist. You can use the logo on your your letterheads, your website, your promotions, your business cards. You can list your business, your company business, and all your New Zealand itineraries free of cost on our website so that we can push it to the consumers for you, and a whole lot of other good things associated with the program. We've also got the gold tier. So when the borders do open up and in the future, you will get a chance to visit our beautiful country, that's when you can really upgrade to the gold tier. We've also really recently launched in the month of June a very good closed Facebook group. And the name of the group is the Tourism New Zealand Travel Agents Group India. Do search for this group on Facebook. I know all of y'all would be pretty much active on Facebook, and be a part of our group. It's a very nice closed member group where we keep posting a couple of times in a week information about New Zealand that you can really take back and help your business selling skills and all that. So this is a group which is Tourism New Zealand Travel Agents Group India. Do make a note of it. And we keep there's a lot of activity that keeps happening. Just one such example is some of the posts that we've done in the recent past was to inspire, inform, and educate our travel fraternity. So this kind of information is passed on. If you do have any information that you'd like to, broadcast with the community, with the group members, you're more than welcome to even do that. That's our visual library. So any form of assets that you need, images or videos that you need to use it for some client presentations or website development and all that, please visit our visuals library or the image bank. So the website is visuals.newzealand.com. Again, it's a very simple process that's all clearly marked on the website. So it's very easy to get those high-res images for client presentations and all at a snap. And this is something which is extremely close to our hearts, a very, very recent development that we've done. It simply is He Korero Tahi, which means conversations with friends. And it's an extremely dear topic, so close to our heart. So this year, we connected virtually with travel sellers across the globe to chat to them about why they love New Zealand. So the purpose of this project was to simply create a series of videos that will inspire and educate our travel agents in our market and globally about Destination New Zealand. So the videos also inform travel agents about the tools and resources that Tourism New Zealand have available to support all your travel needs, all your client needs from a travel agent's perspective, so that you can help us sell New Zealand better in the market. Yeah. So without further delay, I'm going to play a very, very sweet and a special video for you all. I genuinely hope you like it. Nikhil, could we please have the video, please?
Sure, it's just playing.
For me, New Zealand is really, really, really special because it is truly 100% pure. and everywhere you go in the country, you feel it. You just know it the minute you land. You don't have to go to one particular place to feel it. You feel it anywhere and everywhere in the country.
New Zealand is one place where you can really de-stress yourself. You can soak into the natural beauty. You can experience something which is, very different.
All that talk about fresh air, and it's just so right. I think the moment you get out of the airport and just the feel of the place, just the energy, I think that's really captivating. I think I've had the best 5 senses experience in New Zealand than any other place in the world.
New Zealanders, fondly known as Kiwis, are, I think, one of the friendliest people on earth. I think they are just really warm, and maybe it has something to do with the nature and being surrounded by beauty all the time, and just so welcoming and hospitable. New Zealand offers you this whole range of experiences, and I know that some of my most life-changing experiences have been all in New Zealand. There are just so many things that stay with you forever.
Every experience that you would do unravels what that destination is all about. It's about people, it's about the culture, it's about, really not zoning it into activities to say, hey, New Zealand is known for adventure, hey, New Zealand is known for wine. I feel New Zealand was much more than what it's typecast for. I think it was what I unraveled during every single day.
If you are in India, you have enough of New York in you, you have enough of London in you. I think what you need is the natural beauty and that space, and there is no other alternative than New Zealand.
It's fun, it's friendly people, it introduces you to adventure, it's food, culture, wine, nature, just everything you want, right from the north all the way to the south. So pick any place and you'll always be happy in New Zealand.
So I do hope you liked that video that we had created for you. And that's us. For any kind of support that you need for your in-market needs, that's my email ID right now on the screen. And once again, sharing with you our website, the traveltrade.newzealand.com website, which should be your go-to tool, for any of your needs, destination information, the training, modules, specialist program, everything. Thank you so much, and stay in touch, and most importantly, be there for each other. Here's wishing hope, strength, and love to each one of us. Namihi, thank you once again. I'll now hand it over to Nikhil.
Thanks, Darshana. Sorry, really great videos, I have to say. And lots of familiar voices. So I think that made it even more interesting and engaging for all of us. So just before we go on to the virtual road trip bit, I would like to now formally introduce Alicia Ulrich, who is a tourism marketing assistant from West Coast, New Zealand. A lot of you might not know this, but Alicia has a passion for cooking and loves cooking Indian food. So next time you and your clients are there, you can make sure you go over to Alicia's house for a meal and she'll give you a traditional curry or cook food for you. She's originally from Cape Town, South Africa, and learned how to cook Indian Malay as part of the vibrant Rainbow Nation. She now brings that passion for food and travel to New Zealand, and is excited to connect with all of you and tell you about the beautiful region that's the West Coast. Over to you, Alicia.
Namae. Welcome to the West Coast, the untamed natural wilderness of the South Island. Did you know the West Coast is 620 kilometres long, which is the same distance from Wellington to Auckland, from Jurassic forestry to luxury helicopter flights with the most amazing sceneries. Getting around the West Coast and getting into the West Coast is pretty easy. Wellington to Westport is only a 40-minute flight. A ferry from Wellington to Picton is only a 3.5-hour trip. Then you'll drive through the Mountarisks, drive to Picton to Westport at 3 hours 55 minutes. You can come through Nelson to Westport via driving by 3 hours 8 minutes, and a bus will take you 4. Christchurch to Greymouth is a drive of 3 hours and 25 minutes, not so far away from an international airport. Transalpine, which is the most mountairistic. I love doing it when it is snowing. And that's a 4 hour, 50 minutes train ride. And the bus will take you 4 hours and 15 minutes. Christchurch to Hokitika Airport. So you can fly in from Christchurch all the way through to Hokitika. By far, it is one of the best scenic flights ever for all if you get it on a really good day. And that only takes you 45 minutes. You can come through with a Transalpine and then commute for 34 minutes to get to Hokitika. So Hokitika is our jade country, Panama country. This is where all our amazing jade comes from. Queenstown to Franz Josef is 4 hours, 40 minutes. So before anything else, let's get on to a little adventure I've created for you guys through the West Coast. Nikhil, can you please play the video?
Noho mai, haere mai, kiti tai portini. Welcome to the West Coast. Come and explore the untamed natural wilderness for 3 days and 2 nights. First, we're going to take a trip with a Transalpine from Christchurch to Greymouth. Come on, let's board. Let's hire a camper van and get exploring the untamed natural wilderness. Here are some sneak peeks of a camper van and some handy tips.
I've had enough of this day. It seems to me that everything has gone so fast these days. Feels like I've missed the boat. Please come my way. I will need your help. I think it's time to get out of my everyday. beneath. Let's run away, very far away. Let's stop the time and enjoy this life. Let's run away, very far away. Let's stop the time and enjoy this life. Let's run away, very far. Let's stop the time and enjoy this life. Let's run away, very far away. Let's stop the time and enjoy this life. Let's run away, very far away. Let's stop the time and enjoy this life. Let's run away, very far.
Let's explore Montes Brewery with Rosie. This is a must-do here on the West Coast, and the food is pretty good.
Hey guys, welcome to Montes Brewery in the heart of Greymouth. We're going to take you inside our brewery here and show you what we have on offer. We are on the West Coast in the South Island of New Zealand. Come on inside.
Let's get back on the road. Greymouth to Hokitika is only 31-minute drive. Heaps to see and do. Take a walk to the famous Hokitika Beachwood sign or go glowworm caving at the local dell. We will be staying the night at Beachfront. Let's say hi to Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hi, I'm Samantha and I'm here today to tell you a little bit more about Beachfront Hotel Hokitika, where we make your day beautiful. The stunning Beachfront Hotel is located at 111 River Street in central Hokitika, with full dining experience, bike shed storage and event facilities on site available to you. We have 65 rooms that can hold 162 person capacity. There are 3 room types. We have the ocean view rooms, our driftwood rooms, and we have the penthouse suite. Our ocean view rooms are 4-star quail marked, while our driftwood rooms are 3-star plus.
Let's get back on the road. Hokitika to Okarito is about an hour and 40-minute drive. So many places to stop off. Ross, Harry for some famous bacon from Thomas Butchery, and Wataroa. We have arrived in Okarito for a boat ride with Paula from Okarito Boat Tours. Let's enjoy. Hi, Paula.
Hi, welcome to Okarito. My name is Paula.
My name is Wade.
Together we make up Okarito Boat Eco Tours. As our Moa Tours guests, we're going to tell you the stories of Okarito.
We're going to take you on a magic journey out on the water to New Zealand's largest unmodified wetlands.
We're on the west coast, just about 25 minutes north of Franz Josef Glacier. This is Okarito Lagoon.
The Okarito Lagoon, the wetlands, 3,250 hectares, New Zealand's largest unmodified wetlands of over 76 different species of birds have been recorded in this area.
The Okarito Lagoon is the main feeding ground for the kotuku, the great white heron. And here we have one of the many residents that we hope that you get to see this summer with Moa Tours.
Come and join us.
Welcome to the Okarito Lagoon, just minutes north of Franz Josef Glacier and surrounded by the natural beauty of wetlands, rainforest, and mountains. Join Okarito Boat Tours as we depart the historic wharf on a quiet journey that takes you amongst a variety of wading birds in their natural environment. Perfect for photography, our custom-built boat offers a stable platform that brings you close to nature. Capture the brilliance of the kotuku, great white heron, as it feeds in the waterways or rests atop the Kahikatea tree. The guide Suede offers an enriching interpretation of the nature of Okarito and its unique place in this landscape that stretches from the Tasman Sea to Mount Cook. Find us in the village of Okarito, your nearest eyesight, or online at okaritoboattours.co.nz.
Who's up for travelling to our famous glaciers? Today we are going to be travelling with Heli Services NZ. Let's see what Kimmy has to say.
Nau mai, haere mai, and welcome to Franz Josef Glacier. Today we're going to take you on an adventure with a company called Heli Services. So these guys are doing flights up and around the glacier. Let's go and check out what they've got on offer today. So based here on the main road of Franz Josef Glacier, we've got a lovely office that you can check into. Some nice outdoor seating that you can wait for while you're waiting for your flight to depart. It's a pretty stunning foyer area that we've got here that you'll be waiting in. Checkout takes place at the counter here where you're checked in to do the flight. And then waiting here for your helicopter to depart.
Can we welcome to Franz Josef. According to CAA law, you have to follow the pilot's instructions at all times. When you get close to the helicopter, remember don't go at the back because of the falling floors and please always stay at the front. And make sure you don't have any center sticks or jumping away the track. Everything has to be under your shoulder. Seatbelt is right the one in the car to screw the seatbelt up. And if you have any loose items, let's definitely the heads on to them. If they fly away, don't chase after them. Ask the pilot to keep them for you.
I love kiwis. They are so fluffy. Let's see if we can see some at the West Coast Wildlife Centre. Hi, Richard.
Kia ora, and welcome to the West Coast Wildlife Centre in Franz Josef. The West Coast Wildlife Centre is a kiwi incubation and hatching facility looking after the world's rarest kiwi called the rowie that's found in the South Okarito forest close to Franz Josef. When you come to our attraction, we're an indoor facility. Some people take 40 minutes to go through, some people spend a few hours. So we always say the more you put into our attraction, the more you get out of it. Just like life, really. Inside our facility, you'll see 2 baby rowie kiwi. All our kiwi go back into the wild, so we're not a zoo. You'll also find information about the Fox and Franz Josef glaciers. We have a Tuatara encounter, stories about the beautiful and wild West Coast, and lots of interesting wildlife films. We also have a wonderful retail shop and a cafe and bar. We have 2 tickets. The first is the indoor attraction. The second is called a VIP Gold Pass. That's a great ticket. What it does, it takes you behind the scenes on a fully guided tour with one of our skilled Kiwi rangers. You'll get to see our Kiwi hatching program. You might get to see some beautiful baby Kiwi chicks, and you'll also get to go behind the scenes to see our Tuatara encounter. We're an exciting partnership with the Department of Conservation and Te Runanga o Makawhia, our local iwi, and we're open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. daily. Look forward to seeing you here shortly.
Tonight's stay is at Rainforest Franz Josef. Oscar is going to tell us a bit more. Hi, Oscar.
Kia ora, welcome to the Rainforest Retreat. My name is Oscar. This is Mel.
Hi.
And behind the camera is Becky, and we're going to show you around and show you the delights of what Franz Josef has to offer. Rainforest Retreat is a 13-acre property in the heart of Franz Josef Glacier at the foothills of the Southern Alps, surrounded by beautiful native rainforest. We've got 100 rooms here of every type of accommodation, from more budget to 5-star luxury. Let me show you around. So we have 50 powered campervan sites. They're all individual bays, secluded in the rainforest, with the beautiful views of the Southern Alps. Let me let you in on a secret. If you want my favourite spot, ask for number 20, this one here. And you see why, it's the little grotto in the bush. This is one of my favourite areas of the park. This is the Gecko Village. This little private gated area, nice and secluded. Come on in, let me show you around. So in here, there's 5 small cabins. These are 1940s forestry workers' huts. We've got our own private hot tub just for the people staying in this area. Each cabin is secluded in the rainforest. It's got a king-size bed, little area for making breakfast, and a small ensuite bathroom. In the 1940s, this is where the guys would have stayed before going out for a hard day, chopping down trees. Also within the Gecko Village, we have the Gecko House, a 5-bedroom modern house, great for self-caterers, and big family groups wanting to get together, and you get to enjoy the little gecko village with its own private hot tub too. Almost 3 years ago, we opened 19 new rooms. It's the Rainforest Retreat Deluxe. These rooms we're super proud of. We were given a 5-star Colmar rating, and we've won architectural awards for their design. I'm going to hand this over to our good friend Tim, who's much better at presenting than I am, and he's going to give you a guided tour of one of our 2-bedroom spa tree houses. If there's anything else we can do to help you, please reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you, and we hope to hear or see you here in the future once we're allowed to travel again. All the best from New Zealand. Kia ora.
Welcome to the spectacular Rainforest Retreat on New Zealand's west coast. This incredible setting. One of the things I love the most about this place is that you can stay here on a budget. There's flash packer accommodation, there's mid-range options, and also right here, luxury. This is a 2-bedroom deluxe treehouse, 75 square meters. In between the 2 bedrooms, you have a fully equipped kitchen. And this is a really nice little addition. The minibar is all inclusive. Through here is my bedroom. Both bedrooms, of course, come with luxury ensuite bathrooms. And one thing you can do is you can be lying in bed, and the way it's designed is that there is this long window right across where you can stargaze, because there is no light pollution here on the west coast. But one of my favorite features would have to be this private spa tub, which is all yours, surrounded by one of the best rainforests in the country. It's almost jungle-like, this forest. If it's winter time, you can see the snow-capped peaks of the Southern Alps, and just down the road, the world-famous Franz Josef Glacier.
Back on the road we go. Franz Josef to Haast is about an hour and 52-minute drive. It's a lovely scenic drive. You can visit one of my favourite spots, Lake Matheson, and then get lunch at the salmon farm at Lake Parenga. Welcome to Haast. You are going to meet the lovely operators Ruth and Wayne from Waitoto River Safaris. Hi Wayne. Hi Ruth.
Welcome to Waitoto River Safari. I'm Wayne.
And I'm Ruth, and welcome to this amazing South Westland experience. 2 products I'd like to talk to you about today is the Waitoto River Safari itself, retailing at $199 per person, minimum of 2 hours, cup of tea on board, white bait taster. It is fantastic for FIT. And then we have our group special. That's a minimum of 6, perfect for Christmas functions or incentive tours. That's the standard tour, along with a complimentary barbecue included, local fare. That means crayfish in season, venison, and of course the elusive white bait. So look forward to seeing you soon. We often get asked what sort of people can come on our tour. It's certainly not a thrill ride. It's a beautiful nature tour where you can experience the birds, the flora and the fauna, and it's great for families. We take little babies from around 5 months, and also less mobile people. So we get a lot of folk who have sticks, or sometimes they're even in wheelchairs, and as long as we know, we can cater for everybody. Okay, so we've just finished checking with these lovely guests. They're heading off down to the boat, and we've just been talking about whitebait. So when you come to check in here at Waitoto River Safaris, you also get all the local tips, and during whitebait season you can buy whitebait opposite our departure point for, I think it's around $70 a kg, so that's pretty cheap. Here, when you check into our office, we just need to do a little bit of paperwork. You get to see some of the beautiful stones that you'll see during the tour, which you are allowed to take with you, as long as you take them out of the boat at the end of the tour. Just a little bit of paperwork. We'd like you to sign in with your name details.
Wow, what an exciting video, and what an exciting, I would say, virtual road trip through New Zealand's west coast. So everyone, I hope you really enjoyed that. I think it was an excellent way, given that how we are in lockdown, to show you some of the sights, some of the sounds, and take you on like a familiarization or a fam tour through these areas. Some of you have been asking lots of questions, so I would request you all to ask any more questions as you may have. ask them on the chats tab now so I can take them up with Alicia and Darshana. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Alicia and Darshana to get their cameras on so that we can do a couple of quick question answers that are coming through. Everyone, just remember, no question is stupid, no question is too small, no question. If you've got a doubt in your mind, if you've got a question, there's probably other people attending this webinar who have similar questions. So feel free to ask them now and we can take them up. So Alicia, I'll start with one of the very typical questions in terms of traveling to New Zealand. Can you just talk about self-drive options and how can we use Indian driving licenses, and is it safe to get your clients to drive themselves through the West Coast and through the region?
Yes, it is. I'm not too sure about the camper vans. Sometimes the camper vans, they do expect you to have a higher license than just a car license. So just be careful and watch and actually ask them. They'll actually be able to tell you what size camper van you should be able to use and that kind of thing. Otherwise, it's really easy on the West Coast to drive.
Perfect. Thank you. And do you see that a lot in terms of tourists? A lot of Indians as well do a lot of self-drive options through the region. Darshana?
Traditionally, it's anybody that can take up a camper van. You just need to have the right license and just be courteous. We've got a lot of road signs, so just watch out that you're not concentrating too much on the road signs and actually concentrate on the road. And we do drive on the left-hand side, so yeah.
Can I just add something here about the driving conditions? As part of our program, the New Zealand Specialist Program, we do have a module that specifically focuses on the driving etiquettes and rules and road rules and conditions of New Zealand. So it's a great tool. It's a great module for you to really complete so that you're so much confident in selling the whole driving proposition to your clients.
Perfect. Thanks. Thanks, Darshana. So that actually brings me on to the next question that people have been asking about, is about the New Zealand Specialist Link program. Darshana, do you want to just expand on that for a couple of minutes?
Sure. I'd taken you all through the program information, but I've also in the chat box typed out the link, or if y'all can see it right now, obviously in the chat box. But just remember traveltrade.newzealand.com. That's our website for travel partners, and you have the 100% pure specialist information all in it. There are 3 tiers, just recapping on it again: the bronze level, the silver, and the gold. The bronze is when you complete a minimum of 10 modules, very interactive and informative content. We keep on, adding new content every 2 years so that it's all fresh and new, and anything which is old is out of the system. So I would definitely recommend you to please complete the specialist program. It's a great tool. You might have a few hours up your sleeves, right now in this period. So do definitely go and attend that. And the silver one. So all you attendees who've, sat through the session with us, you actually get to qualify, upgrade to the silver tier. So all that information is very much there on our website for you to read.
Perfect. Thanks, Darshana. So a lot of questions have come through about the use of Indian licenses for your clients, and will it work in camper vans? I can confirm that they do work for camper vans as well, Indian licenses, and they do work on all cars you can rent there. So if your client has got an Indian license, do not worry about it. They can use it in New Zealand. Next question, as typical, is about food options. So Alicia, could you just stress a little bit about food options, Indian food options? I know you're a good cook and we can't all come to your house to eat. And, and vegetarian food options, more importantly.
Yes, so the West Coast has got right behind the vegetarian foods. We've also got quite a few Indian restaurants where you can purchase Indian cuisine. A dine-in or a takeaway. A lot of our restaurants do have vegetarian options. New Zealand has become, they're starting to push a lot now for vegetarian options. So we've gotten on the bandwagon of, at the moment, of meatless meat. So there is a lot of option of that kind of thing here on the West Coast as well.
Perfect. Another question, Alicia, in terms of accommodation options. So we've got a range of people, from someone from Pyle asking about MICE options and someone asking about backpackers and hostel options for their clients. So could you just talk about the accommodation options across the West Coast for people and their clients?
Yeah, sure. So the West Coast ranges from 5-star, which is Te Wainui, hotels, to backpackers. We have got the Rainforest Retreat is actually one of them. They go from luxury all the way through to budget. So you can actually stay there with a camper van. You can actually pick up a tent. They've got everything in one. Then you've got Te Wainui, which is also in Franz Josef. That is 5-star. Then you've got your scenic hotels, which range from 3 to 4. Beachfront Hotel, which you saw, that's a 4-star. So there's actually it just depends on what you are looking for. There is definitely accommodation available. For the MICE, we've just got we've actually started a whole new called Meetings and Centres and Conferences and Events. So we've actually got a whole page that's just dedicated to that. I'll give you Louise's details and she'll be able to tell you more about the MICE on the West Coast.
Thanks, Alicia. A question for you now, Darshana. A lot of people are asking about the Facebook group and how they join. And I know you mentioned in your presentation, but if you could just retouch on that.
Sure. So you would have seen our Facebook group information that we had shared. Just to recap, the name of the group is Tourism New Zealand Travel Agents Group India. So we do have a lot of other TNZ groups also, but India is what you need to join in. You need to click on the join in option button. We will be reviewing your request and accepting your request soon enough. So yes, but you will need to hit the click or the join in button for us to accept the request. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. We've got a couple of questions now also in terms of how long will these itineraries for the West Coast typically take? So I know this one was 2 nights and 3 days. Do you want to just talk a little bit about the different itinerary options that you often see with clients, Alicia?
Yes, so the one that I shared with you today, that is the most popular one. Then you can also do a 3-day, 2-night accommodation from Nelson through to Greymouth and then get on the train. I have shared with you on our website that there's actually an easy way to be able to see all the itineraries, and that's on our touring routes. So we've already made up some itineraries that are popular around with agents and that kind of thing. So yeah. Perfect.
Thanks, Alicia. Quick question for you, Darshana. There is obviously lots of flight options when flights return normally in terms of reaching the West Coast and reaching New Zealand. What are the typical flight routes that you see people take, and which one do you recommend in terms of transit time, etc.?
So up until, I think, the pre-COVID era, we had a whole lot of flight options that perfectly suited an Indian traveler's needs. So you had Singapore Airlines, Malaysia, Thai Airways, and several carriers that could take you to New Zealand with a stopover in one of the far eastern countries. So Singapore Airlines by far suited a whole lot of them because they have 2 hubs of operation, arrival, departure in New Zealand. So they had a point of Auckland and Christchurch, so people don't have to really backtrack and add an extra ticket coupon to go right up till Auckland again to fly out. Now, this is all pre-COVID. We certainly don't know what the situation is going to be like when the borders do open, and depending on the airlines' inventory and their strategy. So we'll have to really wait and watch. But pre-COVID, definitely, and we've not really got any information of at a stage right now where how disruptive or how it's going to change once the borders open. So any information that we have, we'll be more than glad to roll it out in our e-newsletters, or for all our agents who've attended the webinar, for example, today, we'll be more than glad to share that in case we get that information from the airlines. Yeah.
Thanks, Darshana. There's a few people asking how many times a day does the Transalpine run between Christchurch and Greymouth?
So once a day. So it goes from Christchurch to Greymouth. It stays here for 45 minutes, and then it does a turnaround back from Greymouth to Christchurch.
Fantastic.
And they've also got, at the moment, they've just added their luxury carriage, which you get meals, decker station type of meals on the train coming here and going back.
Perfect. People are then asking where in the West Coast region, I guess, can they experience hot pools and health spa? Is there options available for their clients?
Yes, there sure is. You can go to Maroia Hot Springs, which is on the Lewis Pass, and then Ngātahu Tourism in Franz Josef, which is the hot pools in Franz Josef. They also got hot pools and spa.
Right, and we've got a follow-up question from Sariputra, who's talking about how do we book the Transalpine journey from Christchurch?
Okay, so that you can just book straight from their website, or you can give the Greymouth iSight a call or the Christchurch iSight, and they can also book it for you via that.
Perfect. There's been a few questions about destination weddings in New Zealand, and particularly West Coast. So are there options where you can have group staying, etc.?
Yes, there is. We've got quite a few celebrants here on the West Coast that can actually organise a quick wedding, and they can also organise everything for you. We've had a few people get married in our Glowworm Caves in Charleston. We've had people get married on a glacier. So there is quite a few options for you to be able to do that. You just need to inquire, and we can try and put you together with a celebrant and somebody that can organise your wedding.
Perfect. Our penultimate question is, people are asking this itinerary that you described, what would be the approximate cost for it, for a budget-conscious traveller? What are we looking at? What's the range?
I haven't worked it out yet.
No problem. We'll get that as a follow-up we'll get back to you via email, Shivangi, on what the approximate, I'm assuming it could be a wide range because we looked at budget options as well as luxury accommodations.
12 hours.
So we will work that out. Darshana, a few people are asking for a DMC list. Is this available on the website, online, on Facebook group? How do people get hold of it?
I can always email it to them. So I've just sent out a message in the chat box that if you need it, please drop me an email, and I'll let you know the ITOs or the DMCs who've been pro-India in terms of they know the exact requirement of an Indian client, what it looks like, and the patterns and things like that. So I can definitely share that list with you over email. All you need to do is just drop me an email, and I'll have it sent out ASAP. Yeah.
Perfect. So I think that's nicely timed up to 12, and we are punctual, if anything else. So I think that will bring us to the end of the webinar and to the end of the Q&A session. If you've got any other questions, everyone, please feel free to email Darshana, email myself, or email Alicia. I can assure you, I've known Darshana for a while now, and she will reply very, very quickly, and she probably knows the answers to all your New Zealand-related questions. Alicia is obviously the expert in the West Coast region, so she will also let you know if you've got any questions. We have provided their contact details to you in the chat tab as well, and so do email them or WhatsApp them or whatever so you can reach out to them. Finally, stay tuned for updates from Tourism New Zealand as well as DDP webinars, and we'll be providing you more up-to-date information as we go along. And thank you for joining, and hope you enjoyed the session. Any last words, Darshana or Alicia?
No, thank you, Nikhil. I just wanted to actually stress upon a point where a whole lot of our attendees need a copy or a recorded version. So we will be definitely plugging the information of the recorded session on our website, traveltrade.newzealand.com. Nonetheless, I think all our attendees would also get an auto email from Team DDP in the next couple of days. Yeah. So do watch out for that email. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a great point. Just to let you know, this will also be on our Facebook page. So Traf Talks Facebook page from this evening, the recording will be there. So you can click on it and watch it if you want. Anyway, namaste, everyone. Thank you very much. And we will speak to you and get updates from you soon. Bye-bye.
Kakite.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.